how I purchased and now own $1 million worth of real estate just from being a rental agent in New York City. My name is Lauplantecoaching and this is my real estate channel, and I'm going to tell you about how I got started in investing in property and how I ended up acquiring $1 million worth of rental property, which now gives me incredible passive income, putting me in a wonderful place to move forward in my life, backed with a lot of comfort and a lot of support and just feeling that freedom that we all seek. So when I got started as a luxury rental agent, I got started with the brokerage, I started part-time, and then I really got into it. So when I started part-time, I did double my income, and that was the first time I really started seeing a lot of tangible money in my account. First time that I feel like when I first moved to New York City, I was like broke. And I will tell you, I was able to get to that place by living a more minimalistic lifestyle, which is not what many people do when they move to New York City. However, I didn't overindulge in the brunches, I didn't overindulge in the social scenes that a lot of people get pulled into, and that is the nature of the city, and we can easily get wrapped into this, especially being a real estate agent, because it's a higher status type of fun living and it can be very exciting. And it's good to get that stuff out of your system, but everything in moderation. Moderation becomes an incredibly important word when it comes to leveraging your money. And so that's what I decided to do. When I started seeing good money come in, I said to myself, I'm not going to overindulge. I'm going to balance myself out. So everything in moderation brought me to a place where I could really put into my savings account. And at the same time, just like I'm sure a lot of other people, I had student loans. I had bills. I had high rent. I lived in New York City. But I made sure I divvied it out so that I could maintain a decent sized savings account, because I knew I was going to want to put it somewhere. So when I started seeing all that money come in, I was like, awesome, throw it in my savings, throw it in my savings, throw it in my savings after I'm done paying my bills, and leaving an amount for groceries and entertainment and making sure I do get some social life in, because we do need some of these things, right? So we have to make sure we balance it out, because it's 50% of the necessities, 40% of the more investments and whatnot, and then like 10% of the wants and the desires and the luxury stuff. You do need to go on vacation. You do need to go out once in a while with your friends and have a few drinks or whatever that entails for you, and get dancing, whatever the case. But you don't need to buy Gucci bags, Louis V, Prada, whatever, all the time. You don't need to blow a lot of money. You can live a great life without overindulging or feeling that your ego needs to spend all this money in order to receive. Not the case. So balance your life out. That's what got me to the place I'm at now. And as I continued being a luxury rental agent, I really was doing mostly all rentals. And I just kept saving my money, and eventually I bought my first property. And one thing that a lot of people will tell you is to purchase property where you know. And I'm from Rhode Island, and so I have a lot of support in Rhode Island. I grew up with a lot of people in Rhode Island, and some of them are contractors, electricians, plumbers, and so I knew a lot of people over there. And I knew the clientele and I knew the area. And I wanted to invest in this area where I went to college, where you rent to college students throughout the school year, and you do Airbnb during the summer, which is one of the more lucrative businesses when it comes to investment properties. So that's what I did, and I purchased my house number one. It was a single family house, 3-bed, 1.5 bath, And I took some time, I fixed it up, I made sure all my numbers worked, and then I got it rented. And I rented it to the students during the school year, and then in the summer, I used Airbnb, which was a lot easier than I expected it to be, and it brought in a lot more cash flow than I really expected. So it turned out so well. I did that back in, I was 25, so it was 2018. Yes. And then I purchased my second property in 2020 when I was 27 years old. And the first one ended up going so well that I was like, okay, let's purchase another one. I have the support, I have a really good system in place, I know a good property management company, and I'm ready to purchase the second one because there's a lot of fear around it. I'm not gonna tell you it was an easy decision to make. It was a difficult decision to make, mostly because I was nervous. It was something I had never done before, and I'm in a different state, making money over there, trying to pull it over here and grow myself a little business. And I did it, and that's what you have to do. You have to take the first step. And once you take the first step, the second, the third, the fourth, it gets easier as you go because you build knowledge around it. But that's life. We're here to learn, and we're here to grow, and we're here to take some risks. But personally, I like the calculated risk. So I made sure my numbers worked out, I made sure I had the support, and it made me feel good moving forward. So I went ahead and I purchased my second one, and I purchased a 5-bedroom, 2-bath. And in a similar area, they're right down the street from one another, and again, it was a great hit, and the area actually ended up appreciating as a whole so much to the point where you can't even find property there anymore. And my properties are now worth over $1 million collectively and bring in a serious cash flow, about 12% cap rate, and I just couldn't be more grateful. But it's all because I really believe, because I lived my life in a balanced manner where I made sure I compartmentalized like where I was going to put my money and my energy and my time. And I made sure, and I'm gonna quote Ryan Serhant here, like I did something that future me would thank myself for later. And future me is very happy with the decisions that past me made. And I put in a lot of work. I work 24/7. Rentals is a lucrative business, but you're working a lot and you're doing high volume production. And that brought me the rewards. So now I'm able to more so manage my properties and have more freedom financially and physically and mentally and all of these beautiful things. But just from being a rental agent in New York City, I was able to put all of this money into properties back home, and now I have that passive income, and now I have that stability, and now I have those assets, those real numbers, those real things right here with me, and it feels good. Because in a way, we're always looking for that security, and it does give me that security. But I built that security for myself, and that's what real estate is all about. That's what being an independent contractor or working for yourself really does for you. You get to build your life yourself. So if you're thinking about getting into investing or real estate or anything, just shoot me an email. All my information is always in the description. You can always message me on Instagram. A lot of people like to reach out there, but I love when you guys leave suggestions for more videos in the comment section and give this video a like if it helped you at all. And as always, best of luck. Go